So, why the Titans? The Titans Training is the name I call my personal brand, my fitness brand, my coaching brand, and I even called my run club the Titans Run Club, kind of keeping consistent with the brand. So, why Titans? Well, specifically, why the Titan Atlas? I always grew up loving stories, and one of the stories I loved getting into was everything Greek mythology. The Greek mythologies, including Olympian stories of Zeus, Thor, Hades, Poseidon. The Odyssey was a fantastic movie, one of my favorite ever movie, Clash of the Titans. God of War, again, my love playing as a kid, probably a little gory and crazy for me to love that as a kid, but I still did. And these games and stories I loved as a child. I love stories and I still do. But specifically, I got into the story of Atlas, who was a titan in the whole Greek mythology realm. There was a war between the Olympians and the giants or titans at one point. So, the Olympians like Zeus and Poseidon, etc., versus titans. And the titans were like kind of the giants of the world, and they were, just as powerful. So there was a war to decide who, would kind of reign supreme. Long story short, the Olympians won, and they imprisoned Titans in Tartarus, or hell, ruled by Hades. And one of these Titans was named Atlas. Atlas was, in some instances depicted as like a four-armed giant, very strong, very powerful. But his punishment, and this has been depicted a whole lot of different ways. One as him, and you probably have seen this, of a giant holding the world on his back. But it's seen in terms of also pushing, that thing they push around as punishment. It's like a old generic punishment thing you see. Anyways, either that or holding the world, or the pillars of the world, as in, to the sides of him, holding them up by chains. One way or another, Atlas's punishment was to hold up the pillars of the world, or the world, for eternity. And this was, his punishment for defying the Olympians, the gods, after they lost the war. I felt Atlas was very symbolic to me. It's a heavy weight to bear, right? It's a heavy burden to bear, to have to carry the weight of the world for all eternity. But, I took that ideology and terminology, took it on myself, and, what does that mean for me in a way? And I interpreted that for everyone. We all have a part to play in carrying the burden of the world on our back, or we have to each find a way to share the burden, to carry the world, to uphold the world, and make the world a better place. We all, as citizens of this earth, have a part to play, and we all ideologically are Atlas. Actually, the Atlas project was where this all started. The first ever instance of me creating any project of my own was something called the Atlas Project. And with that, my hope was to be a philanthropist. I wanted to give back to the underserved and underprivileged communities here in America, or in Nigeria or Africa. So the Atlas Project was something I came up a couple of years ago during the era of COVID, to help start a nonprofit to help kids and children in underserved areas of the world and communities. That's where it all started, the Atlas Project. as that evolved and developed and changed, and I had a partner who later moved to Scotland, so things just weren't working out there, and I got more into my realm of fitness and training, and then it became an evolved idea that the Atlas project will come, and I still plan on going back to that mission. I think that is the ultimate goal for me, no matter what I end up doing. But for my fitness and my self-development brand and everything I'm trying to represent in my values, I then, rekindled the Atlas project into the Titans training. And funny enough, my Instagram handle for the longest time was always Tayo the Titan. So even from a long time ago, pre-college and all these things, I've always been attached to the idea of the Titan. So the Titan had to continue, and I have to do my part to create Titans, right? To make everyone a Titan as part of this project, right? Everyone is Atlas. If you keep that in the back of their head, that's why, a Titan is powerful. A Titan is strong. A Titan has to bear the weight of the world, right? So the Titans training, the mission, the Titans Run Club is to create Titans, a community of Titans who pull each other up and have a collective responsibility of holding up one another and holding up the world. That is where the Titans training comes from. So thus, it was only right that everyone else becomes a Titan. As I continue to grow and evolve and change and fulfill my mission to create more Titans and reach Titans all over the world, I want to continue to expand these values of creativity, self-belief, and community, upholding one another, reaching out beyond yourself and pouring into others to help others be a better version of themselves. This is the mission of Taya the Titan. This is the mission of the Titans training, the Titans Run Club. And who knows, the Titans record label, the Titans, whatever you want to call it, right? The Titan doesn't just have to be about fitness and sports. It's the idea that anyone, anywhere, no matter who you are, no matter where you are in life, young, old, anywhere in the world, wherever you are now, especially with the help of a community and people pulling you forward, you can be an even better version of yourself, and you can work towards achieving anything that you want to do. That is the Titan. That is what makes a Titan. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a great day.